Okay, once you got both screws unscrewed from the bottom of the handle, they start here and go down that way. Pull off the handle. Okay, be sure to not strip your wires or break them or anything bad or stupid like that. So be gentle when you're pulling them out, like I'm trying my best to do. Okay, so just be careful, as with anything when you're working on an AEG. Okay, next what you're going to do is you're going to get your hex set, and you're going to find a very tiny little hex key. Okay, it's going to unscrew this. In my case, I've worked on 3 M4s and they all use hex keys. In my case, I actually have a screw, so I don't have to mess with that, and it's also less available to strip, but most of the time it's actually a hex key. So mine I'm just going to unscrew, but whatever you have there, unscrew it and release your mag release. Is that like a paradox? Release your mag release? Alright, so unscrew that. Okay. Remember, it is spring loaded, so I'll take that out right there. I'm trying my best to keep my parts in order. I'm not being very organized today. I usually am. Pop that out. Okay, there's your mag release. So just, keep it like this, and be really careful not to lose that screw or hex screw or whatever the heck it is. Move these over here so I don't lose them. Okay, now once that's released, really comes out easy, especially on metal bodies. Metal bodies, it has to come out easy because there's not supposed to bend metal. Okay, ball bearings. Okay, right now it's M120 Spring. As you can see, it's half cocked. I didn't do that for aesthetic reasons, just to look cool, but it's because I need a MOSFET, and I'm installing that too later. Probably I'll show another video. Okay, my gearbox, again, very easy to work on. Check out all these little screws. Okay, a lot of times they're like star keys. I haven't seen hex any, but a lot of times they're star keys. These are just regular Phillips head screws. Okay, so whatever you have, start unscrewing. Remember, be careful here. Some things about my gearbox. This is like the Matrix gearbox from e-bike. It's half good, half bad. Like I said, the ball bearings, probably a good setup for M120 or less. But then at the same time, they're not good for high speed either. So, I don't know. I mean, I kind of want to keep them in. I mean, look at them. They look cool. But, I don't know. They look so perfect right now. And cool and awesome. And they look like they're going to be perfect for M150. But, I hear they get bent up and they explode and start World War III. So, alright. We're taking these screws out. Fast forward here. Okay, be careful here. These two you want to do a little bit slower and have something ready to. Actually, I'm going to use this to catch the spring when it's released. As you can see, mine's even half cocked right now, so that just makes it more tension. The reason it's half cocked is because I don't have a MOSFET and the LiPo battery's overturning the motor like by 50% maybe, and by that I mean it's basically turning more than it should be because it doesn't know. I mean, you need a MOSFET. Look up active braking and you'll understand exactly what I'm saying. Okay, all the screws are out. I'm kind of holding it with my fingers right now. Okay, so this little warning sticker is actually, I need to cut it or void my warranty or whatever the heck I have to do. But there's going to be a lot of work on this gearbox, so that's done. No warranty anymore. Goodbye. Okay. That kind of hurt me to do that. About 5%. It's not like e-bike's going to... Anyway. Bam! Shot forward. Why? Because it was half cocked. Why? Because I don't have a MOSFET. And there are pieces rattling inside. Fantastic. Actually, not too bad. Unexpected disaster. Okay, we still have all 3 ball bearings here. Ball bearing bushings. Honestly, some people said this was not shimmed nice, but these are turning extremely smooth. Like, I mean, look at that. Oops, sorry. I mean, that is one of the best. Look at that. That's ridiculously. I mean, this is why I like ball bearings. I'm honestly debating whether or not to keep them. I mean, if someone can persuade me why not, they're good. I mean, look at that. There's low friction, and it's stable. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but, alright, so everything's good, actually. This is the gearbox. So what you're going to do, if you're just doing a spring install, you're going to take out this is M120, and we're going to stop there because I don't have an M150 yet. Okay, about the spring install. Okay, I just installed the M150 spring here, as you can see. I didn't record myself actually doing it because it took all of my 3 hands, which I didn't have. It was probably one of the hardest things I've ever done. Not the hardest thing I've ever done is soldering my MOSFET. That was really hard. Okay, besides that, the M150 is definitely, it's definitely a monster. I didn't think it was, but I mean, it's hard to move, so hopefully this can move it. Oh, okay. Okay, the best way to, since I didn't record myself doing it, it took me about 2 hours. Well, off and on, so not completely 2 hours. But once I figured out how to do it correctly, how to put the plate back on correctly, it took me about, I would say, 1 minute and 30 seconds to finish the project. So if I would have done it the right way the first time, you're talking about 2 minutes tops. What I did is right here, that little piece right there is your anti-reversal latch. What you're going to do is you're going to take something like this, like a pen or a hex or anything the same diameter as the anti-reversal latch diameter right here. And these all are going to line up pretty nicely for you as long as they're not under a lot of pressure or anything like that, which hopefully... Okay, anyway, besides that, what you're going to do is you're going to put the whatever you have here and hold down the anti-reversal latch and make sure it's directly 90 degrees to the ground. So what that means just means it's straight up and down as you put the box in. As long as you have that straight up and down, everything else should be along with your trigger. Your trigger should be nicely, and that depends on the type of gun you have. But other than that, just make sure your excuse me, tappet plate is working. Make sure that your trigger can fire. Right now it's on safety. Make sure it can fire. There you go. Other than that, just make sure everything's lined up. Make sure nothing's crooked or not in the position it should be, which everything's fine here. Screw in your screws and you should be good to go. Like I said, sorry you couldn't see me putting the plate back on. You probably wouldn't want to watch a 2-hour video of me trying to do it. There was a lot of cursing and fun stuff, but then when I finished it, just basically stick this through the anti-reversal latch hole. Okay, hold down the anti-reversal latch as you hold down the piston and spring like that with your other 2 fingers, and then push the plate down. Once you have it down, it might take a little bit of maneuvering, then you're good to go. Screw in your screws, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 screws, or whatever you have there, and that's it. Oh, and here's my MOSFET. It's from extremefire.com. Oop. It is a upgraded 30 amp instead of the 20 amp fuse thing. It just basically handles a lot more amperage, so nothing explodes or catches on fire. Very cool. It comes with all these low gauge wires, which is low resistance. Yeah, low gauge means it's thicker. I'm impressed with them. They're actually so thick that I can't fit them through the gearbox, so it's kind of bad, but it's kind of good. I don't know. I'm going to figure out a way to wire them to my motor. So that's that. Alright, thanks for watching.